Hello. So I am here in the place of sitting in Casa de Izzy. I've got a Millie next to me, and we are going to haul everything that I picked up in Tennessee and Kentucky because we're done shopping. This is kind of like the day before I leave. It's mostly like laundry packing for me, getting all this stuff packed up. It's been a wonderful visit. It's been much busier than I initially thought it would be, I think, but it's been really good. So we had a fabulous time. I got to spend time with May. I got to spend time with Bazaar over at Bazaar Individual. And obviously I spent time with Izzy and Grumps. And the meals and the peas. It's been a lovely time. I think the vlog will go up before this, so I will leave that linked in the corner for you. So let's go ahead and dive in. So first things first, Izzy got me a few things for Christmas. So first up, she got me the beautiful Kinokuniya edition of Neighborhood Story Volume 1 by Ayazawa. It's absolutely stunning. I do know that it has gorgeous French flap, and it is absolutely something I'm very excited to dive into once I'm home. So there's that. And then also at Kinokuniya, she got these manga shelf organizers where they're kind of like stepped to make more room on shelves. So we wanted to test these out between the two of us. And then if we want more, her mother lives in an area of Texas that has a Kinokuniya nearby. So we can have her pick up a bunch for us and then ship them to us. So we just wanted to make sure we liked them first. So she picked these up for me and I'm very appreciative of that. So first things first, let's do the couple of things that I ended up getting at Books A Million. Books A Million is a bookstore that is not near me. There's not one in the entire state of Utah. And with my discount at Barnes, I didn't spend very much at Books A Million, but there were a few things that they had that the Barnes that we visited did not have. So I ended up picking up a couple of things there. So let's do those first. So first things first, they had volume 5 and 6 of Shangri-La Frontier. This was at two different Books A Millions. I'm really excited I can finally make progress in this series, as it's one that I've been stuck at volume 4 for a while because my local Barnes hasn't been getting the higher volumes. I'm hoping that I can just order them in future, but I did get these. I also picked up volume 3 of My Dear Curse Casting Vampiress. Love this series. So excited to see volume 3 on the shelf. The Barnes that we were near didn't have one, and then they got one, and then Izzy bought it. So, because we made a couple of trips there. So on the first trip they didn't have it, so I picked this one up, and then she was able to get it, which was fantastic. And then last but not least at Books A Million, I did also pick up I Should Not Love You. This is a boys' love story that I have not seen anywhere near me at any of the stores by me. So I opted to pick this one up at Barnes & Noble, or at the Books A Million as well. Yes, Meals, are you not getting touched enough? You're fine, you lay down, be comfies. Y'all see this? She's just right here, demanding all of my attention. Because she is the Millie. So if you hear her little snorty, it's because she's right here on the couch with us. You saying hi, Meals? Saying hello. Please don't lick my books. All right, next up, we are going to talk about my haul from Joseph Beth Booksellers. Joseph Beth is an independent bookstore. It is not small. It is huge. In that vlog, you'll see my B-roll clips. Millie, what are you trying to do, ma'am? Do you want out? If you want out, go that direction. That goofball. So Joseph Beth is an independent bookseller, bookstore. We went to the Katie Robert signing at Joseph Beth, and it was a grand old time. Katie Robert was an amazing human, just as lovely in person as they are online. So that was fantastic. And there were some books that I just don't normally see. So I went ahead and picked those up there to support them. First things first, obviously, I have my independent bookstore copy of Midnight Ruin with the beautiful art inside. I mean, lordy lordy. And then there's this one as well that I think is color in other editions, but black and white in this one. So this is book 6 in the Dark Olympus series. I have read this. It is absolutely amazing. It is my second 6-star book of the year. I will talk more about that in my wrap up, monthly wrap up, but I don't know when that's up. So if it's up before this, it will be in the corner. If not, then you can get my thoughts in the vlog because I basically read this on my flight out. Next, I picked up Tie Me Down by Melanie Harlow. This is I've read Melanie Harlow before and really enjoyed their writing. And this one had more of a country/western vibe to it. So of course I'm going to love this. And we have a single parent romance, which is another trope I love. I trust Melanie Harlow with that trope. So I'm very, very excited to get to this one, hopefully soon. I was thinking maybe I would get to it on this trip, but I didn't end up doing that. The next one, it's really funny because both Izzy and May were like, Shae, this is a cover for you. And I'm like, okay, my ears are perked. And that is Kiss Me, Mi Amor. This is by Elena Quintana Albertson. So I am very excited to try this. It turns out that a fake relationship between enemies is the perfect recipe for a love that sizzles hotter than Santa Barbara's spiciest salsa. And that just seems super cute. I don't care if it's spicy or not, but this looks absolutely adorable. And so this is one I will probably prioritize in February. Yes, very excited to try this one. And then, of course, while we were there, they did have role-playing by Kathy Yardley, my first 6-star read of 2024. I loved everything about this book. I will most likely reread this before the end of the year and annotate it, because I did leave some room in my books I want to annotate in 2024 list for new ones. And so I thought my first 6-star of the year would be a fun one to go back and annotate later in the year. So you'll most likely see this one again. I did also get this cute sticker while at Joseph Beth, and it says, "Girls just want to have books." And I absolutely adored it. I thought it was so cute. I loved everything about it. Okay, from there, I've got a few kind of fun and quirky books that I'm thinking a video project for from Half Price Books. So let me grab those. First up, we have Amelia by Diana Palmer. No pretense could mask her desire. I believe this one has a step back. Yes, it does. And there's our step back. So this has Western vibes all over it. Diana Palmer is a Western romance author, so I am excited to see what's going to happen here. I'm fully expecting it to have some dated tropes and things said, though, so I am going in with open eyes, I promise. Then I've got The Good, the Bad, and the Sexy, kind of a similar thing. The spotlight doesn't get any hotter than this, so I believe one is trying to hide from some bad press and ends up on a ranch kind of situation. So the title is mostly what got me on this one, and the fact that it's neon pink text says everything. So this is by Emily Carmichael. So again, you might kind of see where I'm going with the idea for this vlog. If you're down for it, let me know. Next, I have Archer's Crossing. So this is an older Western romance as well. There's kind of the clinch situation on the back there. And so very much looking forward to that. Then I've got Cowboy Crazy by Joanne Kennedy. Again, one that I didn't spend a lot on. That was actually in really good condition, and it's from Source. So I'm excited. I don't think this one's super old, but I like the idea of the cover. And then the last one I've got here is Beast by Judith Ivory. This is an old school Beauty and the Beast retelling, it looks like. Look at that clinch on the back. Like, we love to see it. So very excited to try this one. And that is everything I picked up at Half Price Books. So we're through 3 of the 5 book places I've gotten things. Next, we are going to do my Barnes & Noble haul. I did save a bunch of my shopping for while I was here with Izzy, just because it's fun to shop with friends. So I had done 0 book shopping, manga shopping till I got here, just so y'all know. First up, we have Stray Cat and Wolf Volume 2. I've been anxiously awaiting this volume, so I'm very excited to have it, hoping to read it very soon as well. Then I've got one that I've never seen before, and that is It Takes Two Tomorrow 2. And this looks like a slice of life about a couple living together and kind of just their everyday life. So I'm very excited because I love me a good slice of life, and this just looks really sweet. And if I like it, then I know I can get it through Barnes, so I will just order more for myself. Next here, I have Daisy Jealousy. This is a boys' love story about 2 guys who meet in college. They both want to design video games, and they kind of end up being academic rivals, but at the same time, they have romantic feelings for each other. And so there's a lot of back and forth between the 2 of them. It's really, really good. This is not a wrap up. I don't know why I'm telling you everything, but alas, I highly recommend checking this one out. It did come sealed, but since I've read it, obviously it's not anymore. And it is a ghost peen situation for those who are curious. Next, I have A Cat from Our World and the Forgotten Witch, Volume 1. This is one that I'm very excited is out. It looks right up my alley, and I am very much looking forward to reading this one. Then I've got Breakfast with My Two-Tailed Cat, Volume 1. We're dealing with a yokai cat sitting and having breakfast with a human. I hear it's very slice of life and foodie, and those are two tropes I really, really love, so obviously I'm going to try it. Plus, it's cat. It's me, it's cat, it's slice of life, it's foodie. It makes sense. Next, I did pick up Usatoki Rhetoric Volume 4. I know Volume 5 is out. I just grabbed 4 for now. I'm hoping to grab 5 once I'm home. There was only one copy and Izzy grabbed it. And then I've got A Reincarnated Witch Spells Doom Volume 3, another one that I've been waiting on this volume for a while. It just came out. So very, very excited to be able to continue this one. Then we've got Cheeky Brat Volume 9. Of course, I'm going to be reading Cheeky Brat. Y'all know I love Cheeky Brat. Give me some Cheeky Brat any day. I think I'm a volume or 2 behind on this one, so I'm hoping to catch up soon. I think February I'm going to be doing a lot of series catch up. I think that's going to be a goal here. And then I've got Crossplay Love Volume 7. I do know I have Volume 6 to read as well, but again, another series that I adore and very, very excited to continue. This next one will probably get read before I head home. I'm probably going to read it before bed tonight, and that is My Boss is a Giant. He manages my every need with enormous skill. This is a single volume steamship title. I'm thinking I might do a dedicated review to this one on the channel, so if you're interested in that, let me know down below. But big guy, big heart. Izzy loved it, so there was only one copy, so she read it, and then I get to take it home. So I am very excited, so we'll see how this goes. Next, I have Heart Gear Volume 2. I loved Volume 1. I read that in my recent Volume 1 video. I'll leave that linked in the corner. So I'm excited to keep going with Heart Gear. Next, I have Love, a Kitten, and a Salty Dog. This is a single volume boys love story. I've heard it's amazingly adorable and that I'm really going to love it, so I am excited. Next, I have The Masterful Cat is Depressed Again Today, Volume 7. Again, another one that I love and adore, and a series that I've been waiting on this volume for a while, so I am very, very excited to have Volume 7 to read. Slice of life, giant cat, yes. I've got 3 more from the barns, and then we'll do the biggest part of this haul. So first up, I have Yakuza Fiancé Volume 6. Y'all know that I was going to be right on top of this, especially with this cover, and the way I feel about Volume 5. So the tagline on the back is, please don't send me back to where I came from. So, and then I did pick up Tokyo Babylon Volume 2. I loved Volume 1 when I read it in that Volume 1 vlog. So of course, 1, it's Clamp, so of course I'm going to pick it up. And 2, I loved Volume 1. Why wouldn't I pick up Volume 2? And then last but not least is one that is not adding to my TBR, and that is Past the Monster Meet Milady Volume 1. I loved this one. If you want my thoughts, check out that Volume 1 vlog. And yes, so I loved it enough to pick up a physical copy. So that should tell you everything you need to know. All right, so the biggest part of this haul is my haul from McKay's. Now, with my manga budget, y'all know I set a budget in my Read What You Own goals. I'll leave my goals video linked so that you know what those are if you are unfamiliar. So my budget, I did extend a little bit for this trip just because I know that I get to go places I don't normally get to go when I'm here. So I expanded my budget a little bit. So my goal was $200 for manga and $200 for books. I do not count trade-in towards that goal because I feel like trade-in means I'm getting rid of things as well. So I don't count that towards my monetary, what I want to stay within. That might change as the year goes on if I start to abuse that. But for now, that's how I'm doing that. So this last part of the haul, I didn't spend a single dollar of my own money on. I completely used trade-in credit for it, so I'm very happy with what I was able to pick up for trade-in at McKay's. McKay's is a really large used bookstore out here. There's a couple in Tennessee and then one in the Carolinas. I want to say North Carolina. It's really great. I had really great success when I was out here last time, so I was very excited to come back, and so I shipped some boxes out here. There was a whole mess with that, like 20 pounds of a box did not show up. So there's claims and things. I want to at least get my shipping money back, even though the box was worth way more than that. So anyhow, let's go ahead. We're going to dive into this. I'm very excited. So first things first, they had a bunch of editions of Ranma Half in the edition that I started collecting, which was the original run. So they had volume 16, volume 18, volume 19, and volume 20. So I was able to pick up 4 volumes in this edition, which made me really, really happy. So I'm really excited to track down a little bit more and continue because this series is really a whole lot of fun. The next one I have here is a potential try 3, and that is Angel Diary. So this one, it almost has like a Heaven Official's Blessing or Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation kind of feel to it. It has that cultivation kind of feel. This is a manhwa, so it's Korean. Very excited. So I have volume 1, volume 2, and volume 3. So I am really curious to see how I feel about these. So that'll be a fun one to potentially do here soon. So next up I have the first 5 volumes of Body, B-O-D-Y. This is an older shoujo series. Everyone thinks 16-year-old Ryoko has weird taste in guys because she can't stop drooling over Ryunosuke, the strong silent type who sits next to her in class. When she discovers he works for a host club where women actually pay men to date them, will she finally wise up? Only one thing's for sure. B-O-D-Y. You can't put a price on love. So I think this is going to be really fun. I'm very excited. So here's volume 1, volume 2, volume 3, volume 4, and volume 5. So very interested to see how this is going to go for me. This next one is only a 4-volume series. It's an older Tokyo Pop series, but I just need to track down volume 4, which didn't seem to be too hard online when I was looking at the bookstore. And that is a story called Honey Mustard. So in this one, it's love at second sight. So it's a second chance romance. It looks adorable. So there's volume 1, volume 2, and volume 3. If you want to see a reading vlog where I read the entire series once I've got volume 4 in my hands, again, I'm totally open to that, so let me know what you think. Next, I had a single volume series that I found, and it's called Wanted. This is another shoujo beat title. It's by Matsuri Hino. In the Mediterranean at the end of the 17th century, former songstress Armeria, I want to say, disguises herself as a boy and boards the ship of the pirate skulls, the men that who kidnapped Lucy, her first love. Captain Skulls is arrogant, violent, and a skirt chaser, and unfortunately for Armeria, he discovers she's a woman. So I'm excited to see how this is going to go. I think it's going to be a good time. So next, I found these beautiful Castle in the Sky volumes, and they are full color from Studio Ghibli. So again, I think it's just these 2. I'm not 100% sure. There might be a third one, but even if I never read these are great collectibles for my husband and I, as we are Ghibli fans or Ghibli fans. I've heard it said both ways. I don't know which is correct, so don't at me in the comments. Either way, these are stunning. They have beautiful French flaps on them, if I didn't point that out. So yes, beautiful French flaps. Beautiful underneath. So these are great. I'm very excited to have them. And then the last bit of manga from McKay's is the first 4 volumes of Ultra Maniac. So in this one, we have a shy girl who made a new friend, but this new friend, much to her surprise, is an ordinary classmate, but she's a witch. So it looks like this is going to be really fun. I thought it looked cute, so I've got volume 1, volume 2, volume 3, and volume 4. So again, this is another one that I don't think has been too hard to find online, so there's a good chance I'll be picking up more of this if I like it, but I didn't want to pick up more. I was able to get these for like, if I had been paying for them, they would have been like $4 a piece or something close to it. So it's still cheaper to do that than to like do it at Barnes for me. So now let's move on to the books from McKay's. I'm just kind of grabbing at the top. They're not in any particular order. So first up here, I have a Harlequin Cowboy at Heart from January 13, so 2013. And this one is New Deputy in Town by B.J. Daniels. I have read B.J. Daniels in the past and really enjoyed what they do, so this will be a really fun one. It's based in Montana. I've also got The Rancher's Reckoning by Joanne Rock. This is from the Harlequin Desire line. All of Royal Texas wants to know who the father is, and the beautiful outsider knows the truth. We have a secret baby situation, but that's revealed right in the beginning, so this could be a hit or a miss. We'll see. This was like 50 cents, so I think for 50 cents it's worth figuring it out. Now, I did find some Kimani romances there, so I picked up Brenda Jackson's Star of His Heart. So this one looks to be really great. Is Hollywood's most eligible bachelor about to lose his heart? I think this is going to be a great one. I've been wanting to read Brenda Jackson for a long time. I have several of hers now, so I might go on a Brenda Jackson reading project situation. They also had this older Harlequin Desire from 2018, and this is Lone Star Lovers by Jessica Lemon. This sexy Texan was only a one-night stand until he became her client, then her fake fiance. I mean, come on, it just sounds fun. Another of those desires that I found was Vegas Vows, Texas Nights by Charlene Sands. They went from completely off limits to husband and wife overnight. So, again, with that kind of a tagline, it would be hard for me to pass up because a lot of these were like 30 to 50 cents. So I'm not going to say no when they're that cheap. And then the other Kimani romance I ended up picking up was by Rochelle Allers, who I've read from before, and that is Twice the Temptation. This is from the Eaton series. From passion at first sight to a love that lasts forever. So, again, I think it's going to be really sweet and really cute. So, very much looking forward to reading these Kimani romances. I know they're not easy to find usually these days, but I got very lucky to find... They had a bunch more there, too. So, if I end up liking these, next time Izzy goes, I might have her pick up a few more for me. Another interesting Harlequin imprint I found was the Country Legacy imprint. And this is The Cowboy Takes a Wife by Trish Milburn. So it says third time's the charm on the back. So it looks like it's a guy who keeps messing up and he gets another chance with the girl he wants. So that's really exciting. Next, I have a Diana Palmer bind up. Diana Palmer's already been in this haul once. So this is Texas Proud with a free bonus story by Brenda Jackson, which is awesome. So this one has Texas Proud and Irresistible Forces is also there. So I guess that's the bonus story, is the Brenda Jackson one. So awesome. No regrets here. Next, I have a Kristen Ashley that I picked up. This is from the Chaos series, which is her Motorcycle Club series. This one is Own the Wind. I know I picked up one of them when I came out last year, so very excited to have another one. And hopefully we'll be reading those soon. And then I've got The Wedding Crasher and the Cowboy by Robin Beelman. Just the title is what sold me on this one. I'm like, we're crashing weddings and there's a cowboy involved. I love me a good cowboy romance. Y'all know this. So this was kind of a no-brainer for me. I believe it was like $1. So, and it's normally $9. So that was kind of a no-brainer for me. Next, I did pick up 2 books in the Kylie Scott series. I forget what these are called. The Stage Dive series. So I have one at home. I have Lick at home. And then I've got Play and Lead. So I'm only missing Deep, which I believe is the bassist's book. But yeah, that's very exciting to have. And then the last little stack here are my Christine Feehans that I got on this trip. So I've been really good at cataloging the ones that I have to make sure I didn't end up with any duplicates. So I'm very excited to have these. So first up, I have The Scarlet Curse. This is not something tied to the series that I normally collect from her. This just seems kind of like a fantasy romance. So I'm here to try it. Like, it's going to be a good time. And then the rest of these are from the Carpathian series. So I have Dark Lycan, which is Tatiana and Fenris. And then I've got Dark Peril. This one is Dominic and Solange. And then this is Dark Celebration, which is kind of like a short story collection. It's a Carpathian reunion, as it's called. So it's kind of just like, it was kind of like a book in the middle to kind of bring everybody back together and kind of sum everything up. So that'll be fun to dive into. And then the last one that I have here is Dark Slayer. This is Ivory and Razvan's romances. So very excited about this one in particular. So my friends, those are all the things that I picked up while I was in Kentucky and Tennessee this trip. If you are here just because you love me, leave me an emoji related to a cowboy, because I did pick up a lot of cowboy romance on this trip. So a lasso, a horse, a hat, whatever you want. Something related to a cowboy is your emoji this time. And thank you so much for watching. Thanks again to Izzy for hosting me, and for May and Bazaar for going out of their way to spend some extra time with me. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.